All right, Shalom, your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QUADASH. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm going to jump right into it. This is Proverbs 27:17. It says, iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the counters of his friend, because that's what the brotherhood was established for, man. To build each other up, to sharpen each other, to get brothers sharp, man. Whether that be in the form of rebuke and correction, or the form of acknowledgement or encouragement, it's all for the edification of the body. This is why the brotherhood was set up. I'll read that back again. As iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. So that's what it is, man. So I'm gonna get Hebrews 10 and 24. That's the ultimate goal of brothers being with each other. The Lord, forming us together in camps and whatnot, man. And even if you're in a solo camp, man, you're just by yourself. That's why we make these videos. That's why you have the videos to watch from other brothers that give you edification and correction and things of that nature, man. So you're never alone. If you're teaching by yourself, I'm pretty sure that you can reach out to another brother via email or whatever through the videos, and I can pretty much guarantee that, if you're sincere with it, that man's gonna reach back to you. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on Hebrews 10 and 24. This is Hebrews 10 and 24, and it says, let us consider one another. So let us be thoughtful of each other, man. Let us have consideration to one another, to provoke unto love and to good works. So that could, like I said, man, that could take the form of correction or rebuke, or that could take a form of encouragement and acknowledgement, man. You see a brother straying from the path, or you see a brother that can use an improvement in a certain area of his walk in the truth. Then you reach out to that brother, man. You see a brother, doing good in the truth, encourage that brother, man. You know, uh, that's what it is, man. That's the point of us, having like spirits. The Lord join us together as it's like I'm trying to get my words right. Under the same spirit, to sharpen each other, man. There's no lone wolves in this thing. We're a body. That's why the Lord He made this. He called this a body. And we need all parts to function correctly. In order to glorify the Lord was with the work that we do. Not one man is important than the other. Scripture talking about I'm gonna get that at Luke. I think it's Luke 14th chapter, about being humble. I think it's about the 10th verse. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that verse 8. This is a parable from Yahawashi. It says that when thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, and that's we all been bidden to a wedding. We've been bidden to be the hopeful elect, man. Sit not down in the highest room is a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. And he that bade thee, and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, Salakim, he may say unto thee, friend, go up higher, then thou shalt have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, he that humbleth himself shall be exalted, man. So there's no one body part more important than the other, man. There's no man more important. Yeah, we have order and we have leadership, but the goal of leadership is to serve the brotherhood. Yahawashi gave us that perfect example, by washing the apostles' feet. That's love, man. If you're in a leadership position, the goal of leadership ultimately is to serve the brotherhood, to watch over the flock, so to speak. With that, I'm gonna get Ecclesiastes 10 and 10, going into the same precept for that iron sharpens iron. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 10. It says, if the iron be blunt, so if a man's not sharp and he do not wet the edge, then he must put more strength. So it's gonna be more difficult to him. He's gonna have a more difficult time performing his task. But wisdom is profitable to direct, man. So wisdom, that encouragement, that edification, that correction, that whether it take the form of a rebuke or encouragement, that's going to help a brother out be stronger in this truth. I'm gonna run the back again. If the iron be blunt and he do not whet the edge, he don't sharpen it, then he must put more strength. It's going to be more difficult for that man. But wisdom is profitable to direct. So another man's experience, another man's knowledge, if he's on a higher level, he can help that other brother out, man. Even the younger brothers, man, they might have a tidbit of knowledge and wisdom that you might need to hear. There's no, like I said, there's no one part of the body more important than the other. The scriptures clearly say that. With that, I'm gonna get Proverbs 27:2, going back to the book of Proverbs, which is a great book to establish a strong moral character, man. Basically, to establish righteousness. The scriptures talk about being righteous and upright, man. And the apostle Elder Gabar, he made a video about honesty, and that goes into having integrity and being upright and being righteous. And where can you sharpen those traits within yourself? By checking out the book of Proverbs, man, the wisdom books, Proverbs, Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiastes. Those are the wisdom books. They give you the moral background, your moral backbone of how to conduct yourself in any situation as a man in this truth. But anyways, I'm going to get Proverbs 27:2. It says, let another man praise thee and not their own mouth, a stranger and not their own lips. So that goes along with being humble, as we read in Luke. That goes along with having humility. That's the pride is the greatest. I remember Elder Apostle Tahar said in a video that the reason that most men fall out of this truth is because of pride. Because of that pride, because the scripture says that knowledge puffs up. So that's very careful not to try to get too ahead of yourself in this truth, man. Because it could be overwhelming. You're learning so much, and you have all this understanding, but you got to remain humble. Scripture says, the greater thou art, the more humble thou should become, man. Roughly paraphrasing. That's very true. It's always good to have a humble spirit, man. To consider one another. Be kindly affectionate one to another. That's what the scripture says. And that's going to separate your character, your behavior, your holy conversation from the rest of the world, man. If people see those traits in you, ultimately they already know. I mean, ultimately they know already. They're gonna know there's something different about you, man. The way you conduct yourself in your personal life. We brothers already experienced that already. There's an alienation. There's a separation of how people look at us. When we walk into a room, or we're amongst these 2/3 in the workplace, or where you be at. There's that different spirit, because you're on on a higher level than these 2/3 out here, man. But you should not let that go to your head. You got to remain humble in that sense. You got to maintain a humble spirit. Like I said, that's what's gonna that having that moral backbone, that good moral foundation that you can read about in the book of Proverbs, that you can read about in the Wisdom of Solomon, that you can read about in Sirach. That's going to give you the discipline to do everything else you need to do in this truth, man. That's going to give you the knowledge and the knowledge of wisdom, being stability your times as we come into this Jacob's trouble. That's why it's important to develop those good traits, man. Salak was that. I'm going to get Hebrews 12:12. It's Hebrews 12:12. I said, wherefore lift up the hands which hang down, and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, Let that which is lame be turned out the way, but let it rather be healed. So it says, lift up the hands which hang down, and the feeble knees. That means you gotta develop a backbone, man. You gotta gird your loins, man. The Most High told Job to gird up his loins and answer me, and make straight paths for your feet. Develop a strong moral backbone, man. A sense of moral integrity. Let that which is lame be turned out the way, but let it rather be healed, man. So we need healing. We need healing. We spent so much time. We spent the majority of our lives in the world with the habits and our ideologies and fashions of this world. We gotta build ourselves up as true men of the Lord, and we need each other to do it. And most ultimately we need these scriptures. Only a man of integrity is going to have for lack of better words, the cojones to endure the things that are coming. That's why Job, the parable of not parable, the story of Job was written for our learning. Because Job is about the book of Job is about a man having integrity despite all the hell that he was catching. So that integrity is very important, man. With that, I'm gonna get few more scriptures. I'm gonna close it out. 1 Thessalonians 3:3. First Thessalonians 3:3. It says that no man should be moved by these afflictions. So the only reason you're going to be moved by the afflictions if you don't have a strong spirit within you, a spirit of uprightness within you. For yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. It is appointed for us to catch hell, man. It's appointed for us to go through Jacob's trouble. But we're going to need that strong moral backbone to go through it. For verily, when we were with you, we told you before that we should suffer tribulation, even as it came to pass, and so we know there's things that we got to go through in this truth, presently and in the days to come. So being a brother, being honest with each other, having a strong moral backbone, those are all important characteristics, man. With that being said, I hope that was edifying. Just a real quick lesson. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. It's like it. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.